Peace, Queen Tuki. I like that name. That's sort of cute. Little catchy name. What text? Oh, that was an whatever. Just gonna wait for a few more people to try to come in. Christy Love, hello. Oh, I'm good. Today's good. You know, you have to be grateful for days like this. Today was real smooth. Grandma was real cool. We laughed. So I'm waiting for a few more people to come in, and then we're gonna get started. How's your day, Queen Tuki? And yes, you are Queen. Y'all smash that like as you enter the building. There we go. There we go. There we go. How's your day, Christy Love? No. No. No, I don't mistreat my grandmother at all. In fact, I'm the only one that my grandmother really prefers that, take care of her. Hey, drunk again, Meek. How you doing? Glad to see you. Let me do something because I told you I was gonna do it before, and I keep forgetting. I'm gonna go ahead and mod you up. Now you be a good girl or good queen, good beautiful woman. Hey, Kiki Locks Trey. Now today I'm gonna get today we're gonna cover some stuff, and I'm gonna try to. The other day, drunk again, Meek. High diving for depth. The other day, like I told y'all, like I told on the last live, I explained how my grandmother, she did a little disappearing, walking away act while I was gone to the dentist, and she got in the car with my cousin. Then like a day or so later, my uncle, he ended up going to the hospital. They thought that we found out today that it wasn't, the medicine gave him a seizure, and that he didn't have a light stroke, so that's good. So he's doing good. But I don't know, like it was like last week my week was so stressful, and it was like I took me a little drink, and I'm glad that I did it. I needed that because I needed to get that monkey off my back. And it's like I regretted it the next morning, the feeling, but like after like recuperating, Gatorade, alkaline water, I felt so much better. All right, John. Again, me. But I told you I was gonna do it. I just kept forgetting. All right, but let's see. Anybody else into the building? Y'all smash that like as you enter the building. I'm not gonna be on here long. The other day, I broke down the importance of words, how words matter, and I also passed out the online etymology dictionary, and I passed out the first original 1828 Webster's dictionary. Well, today, what I wanted to pretty much get into was how also shapes and numbers also have a meaning. And once you start understanding shapes and numbers and words, then you'll understand a lot about how to maneuver through life. And I mean on a higher level. We didn't invent numbers, we discovered them, which means that numbers is a part of numbers, and symbols and all of these things are a part of nature, is a part of the divine. So it was discovered through, watching the patterns of, the numbers and the repetitions of the numbers and the signs and the symbols. Hi, Spanish eyes. Okay, so today I'm going to show y'all real quickly, and I hope y'all appreciate this, because this is really going to should put you on a higher level of understanding. But how numbers and different things. Give me one sec. How numbers and different things. Let's do this. Yeah, like there we go. Okay, first I'm gonna start with this one. All right, how numbers and different things like that, how it all has meanings, and how a lot of stuff, like if you want to like understand things from a higher perspective, or understand like what is actually what people actually are attempting to do to us, or what is actually going on in society, then by understanding the numbers and different things, then you will understand, you will also understand, and symbols and different things that play out in front of our face, then you will also understand a lot about life. Okay, I don't know if y'all can see this, but this is the compass, the Masonic compass. And what that basically means is I am, and I am is the G in the what you call. So it's like I am as above, so below. Okay, now one of the things I want y'all to notice is I want y'all to notice these two extended points, these two extended tips. Well, actually four extended tips, the compass. And why this is important, and why it's not like a straight line, like an actual triangle. I just want y'all to pay attention to that, because I'm gonna point that out to y'all in just a few minutes. Okay, and I'm gonna stroll on down, or I'm gonna stroll on over. Give me just a moment. Okay, and I hope y'all can see this. Yeah, I see it. All right. Okay, now if you notice, like when we looked at that symbol, it did this. Now, this is where we're supposed to be. This part right here represents our spiritual body. This part of the triangle represents our mental body. And this part right here represents our emotional body. So it's like mind, emotion, and spirit. It's the Trinity. Okay. Now, when we looked at that, when we looked at it in just a few minutes, I'm going to show you something else. Now, a lot of people operate, you're going to see sometimes in life, you're going to see that it's going to be backwards, or it's going to be opposite. And when you see that, you're going to see the physical body, which is, as you can see here, as above, so below. It's the lowest. This is the lowest part of man. This is the lowest part of ourselves. This right here is the central part of ourselves. This is a quarter part of ourselves. This right here is the central part of ourselves. And then we're getting to a higher, but this is where we aim to be. And in order to get here, we have to have a balance of all of these things. Okay. Now, there's one more that I needed. Oh, here we go. Give me just a moment. All right. Now, as you can see, these different points all have meanings. Like, for instance, you can see here, you got the 3, and the 3 represents 120 degrees. And I'm gonna show you in a minute how the 3 equals 120 degrees. Well, I'll show you now. It says 1 plus 2 plus 0 equals 3. So that's like 120 degrees. Over here, you'll see 2 plus 4, and 2 plus 4 plus 0 equals 6. Okay, so that's 240 degrees. Now, when they say 33 degrees of knowledge, 3 degrees, what are you 3 degrees? What are you 33 degrees? That's what they mean. This is where that comes from. It comes from this triangle. It comes from this, it comes from sacred geometry. It comes from the triangle, in which we saw on that compass. Okay, now the highest is 360. Now 360, we know that's a complete circle, and that's completion. And also what represents the 360 is the 9. And how do we get that? 360, if you say 3 plus 6 plus 0, that equals 9. 9 is the highest number. And also, give me just a moment here. So remember this, because I need to go back to the other screen. Remember, 9 is the highest number. 9 is the highest. Okay. So the numbers, the three numbers that are the blueprints of God, the three numbers that are important, and why they build why the triangle is important. Because notice they build a triangle. Everywhere you look, they're gonna have like something representing a triangle, which is very important. And that's why, like most of the pyramids, because we have pyramids here in America as well as pyramids in Africa. That's why they built in the triangle formula, because it all deals with math, and it all deals with numbers, and it all deals with shapes. Now, because shapes and numbers, they all have frequencies. They all produce energy. So like that's very important. Like the Apple, if you look at the way that the Apple corporation, the building is built in a triangle. That's because they know in order to produce or to draw certain frequencies, the shape of the building and the shapes matter. Okay, now the meaning of the 3 is 3 represents connection to the spiritual realm or our ancestors. So like so that's pretty much what the 3 means. The 6 means you're like more connected to you're more connected mentally to the spiritual realm, or to your ancestors or to higher beings. All right. Okay, now they operate, let me try to pull this up again. Screen share. They're operating here. That's the etheric body, which pretty much means your auras, and the astral body. Okay, now the astral body means anything connected to the cosmos, the stars, the sun, because we're all connected to there. We're connected to nature. Okay, that's why like women's menstruals come on like every 30 days or whatever, because we are too connected to the nature, as above, so below. Okay, so that's what astral body means. And so when we see the backwards pyramid, it's not bad, but this is not where we want to be, and this keeps us on a lower frequency. This is below. When we see the pyramid or the triangle pointed up, this means a higher dimension, and this is where we want to be. This is the frequency, or this is where we want to be. So we want to operate on the 9, the 6, and the 3. 3, and we want to have a complete balance. And as in the middle, you're going to see that in the middle is that balance, and that's like love, harmony, and all of those things that we're supposed to have as human or humanity. Okay, so why is this important? Like I said, I'm not going to stay on here that long. I just want to break this down real quick. Why is this important? Because like understanding symbols and symbols, shapes, and different things, and once you start getting the general knowledge of what numbers and different things mean, you'll also become aware of like how we're being manipulated or what's not on a natural level. Just like, for instance, back in the days, we used to listen to like the Isley Brothers. We used to listen to Earth, Wind, and Fire. A lot of people in my age range. And I remember how that music made us feel. That music made us always feel happy. That was the love making music, as you hear the older people say. Well, that music was on a 432 hertz frequency. Okay. And where did the 432 come from? Where did the 432 come from? 4 plus 3 plus 2 equals 9. And remember, 9 is the spiritual realm. So when we were listening to that music, it connected us more to the spiritual, and it put our bodies into more of a line. However, they changed the music to a 440, like with the rap and the hip hop and everything. They changed the music to a 440 hertz, a 440 frequency. Okay, and that's why, like, a lot of times, when we started going to like the clubs and different things, a lot of times you felt like fighting. It's like, there was always fights that started breaking out. We started operating on a lower vibration. Lower vibration. We were fighting. We were angry. We started being more jealous. So they're able to manipulate us by sound frequencies and by numbers. And this is showing you how they understand numbers. And by us not understanding numbers, symbols, and our ancient sacred sciences, we're easily to manipulate. And this is one of the reasons why I said this is something that we really need to get back into. Because of the simple fact that once we understand it, then you'll know how to reverse it within yourself, and you'll know how to attune yourself or align yourself back with the divine, back with the nature, back with God, and we'll live longer because it affects your health. It affects a lot of different things. Notice back in the day they lived longer because the frequency of the music was different. And so it plays a very important part. Numbers and different things play a very important part of a lot of things. Some people are so deep that, like when they move into a house, they add up the address of their house. You have to add it up to a single number. And if it doesn't equal 3, 6, or 9, they won't move in. Because like the odd numbers, and you can look at videos and things like that, and it'll tell you about the God frequency, the divine numbers of 3, 6, and 9. 3, 6, and 9 are very important numbers. In fact, Nikola Tesla lived his life with that, and this is how he came up with a way to give us free electricity. So, like I said, understanding the sacred sciences, the original sciences, and sciences that they, pretty much left out and didn't teach us, will bring us to a higher understanding of not just nature, because it's repetitive. Like shapes are, they call it intellectual design. But shapes and all of these different things repeats itself throughout nature. You're going to find like the pine cone, the pineal gland, and a lot of different things hold the same shape. And it's all for a reason. It's all because of a certain frequency. So, we'll find that, we'll find the more we start understanding these things, earth, wind, and fire, right? It's four, Demetrius. Earth, wind, fire, and wait, I just saw it earlier. Earth, wind, and fire. It's the four corners, but it's not demonic. It's nature. Earth, wind, fire, and water. We're like 80% water. Water is very important. Water is like, part of feminine. Water is a part of, the womb. So like, it's not, none of nature is not, we are nature. We were made from nature. We're a part of nature. So none of nature is demonic. And see, that's what I was showing you earlier. Like they operate their symbol, they use symbolism, but what they've done is they placed it in reverse. And I'm gonna show you right here. If you notice right here, like this right here, this is the all-seeing eyes on the dollar bill. And if you notice how they got the top part of the compass, and we know what that represents the spiritual. Disconnected from the bottom part, which means that the spiritual, it has been disconnected from the body. And this is what, and some people say this is New World Order, whatever, but this is what pretty much they're, how they're manipulating, or what they're doing to us. They have disconnected us, or they are disconnecting us from nature or the natural. And there's we have a lot of power. Power might be I don't want to use that word, but we have we have way more than 5 senses. And we have a lot of abilities that come just with connecting with nature and understanding nature when you see it, knowing how to read nature. And learning how to read nature is understanding, like our ancestors did, the science, the sacred sciences, alchemy, number science, shape science, the sound science. There are so many other sciences out here that we don't even know that that exist, that have very much to do with us, like being able to survive. This is our ancestors were able to invent things and stuff like that because they understood greater sciences. They understood the earth. They understood how we were connected to, the entire planet. And whereas we are now cut off, just like this thing says, we are now cut off. They cut us off, but we have control of that. Just like, give me one sec. Just like last year, Kanye West, he made a statement and it was an outrage behind it. He said, we're choosing to be slaves. And I think Jay-Z did too. And what he meant was like we are free. We're free, but the thing that is not free within us is our minds and our spirits, and our minds are and our spirits. Our bodies are free, but our minds and our spirits are not. But understanding, the world, like our ancestors did, would free our minds and our spirits and would teach us that we don't have to depend on, that way of living or the way of living that we've been taught. We have freedom. We have the capability of being able to basically be free. And freedom is in the mind. So basically, we need to reconnect with our divine. We need to reconnect with our, with the spiritual realm. And we can do that on our own. No one can stop you from that. No one can stop us from elevating mentally or elevating spiritually. No one but us. And it's sad to say, but these days, most of us are choosing to stay on that lower vibration or that lower level instead of raising to that spiritual realm to connect to the higher source, as most people say, called God. So like we think that we're connected, to God, but we're actually not. We're programmed. And so we want to actually really connect with God so that we really can have those freedoms. So we really can be in control of oneself. So we can, we really can, become one and become whole again. So, and these are just some things that, these are just some ways like meditation. We need to, teach our kids how to meditate, how to slow down their thought process. We need to teach our kids, symbolism. We need to teach our kids numbers. We need to teach our kids these higher sciences. Facts. We need to just get our kids more into math and science, period. So that we can be back in touch with, ourselves back. We can build our own corporations. You become more in charge of our economics and different things like that. And this is how like they sort of keep us dumbed down. We think we're learning, but we're really not. They're not teaching us anything. So, I was just coming in to point out those few little things. Those, few little things, like how we need to, like, you could take regular songs like Mary J. Blige, and which is going to be created on a 440 for industry standards. Anything that we listen to off radio is on a 440 hertz or frequency, which is not good for our bodies. But you can like actually go on YouTube in different places and you can find a lot of these songs on a 432 hertz, which will, better align your body, which will give you better health, which will make us live longer. We won't have these problems like stress, heart attacks, and all these different things that we're facing today. Because a lot of this stuff is manipulated because they understand energy, they understand frequency, they understand all of these different things when we don't. And and this was just a basic introduction. And I just wanted to show you how, like the other day, I showed you how words matter. Today, I just wanted to show you how, symbols, lines, circles. Circle is a 360 degree. That's a completion. That's why our eyes are circles. Our head is a circle. That's why we're gonna see repetitive circles all the way, around because that it has a meaning and it produces certain frequencies. Thank you, Queen Royalty. Queen Royalty said I need to be an educator. Well, no, I just, like I'm a scholar, like I like one of my hobbies or habits our hobbies has always been, to do research. If I have ADHD, so when I'm curious about something, I look into it, and I try to come up on a certain understanding. Danny Define said, "That's funny you said that, QI, because I had to stop listening to her." Yeah, well, all the music these days, they put it on that 440 hertz frequency. But when I meditate, I definitely make sure I'm meditating to a 432 hertz. And like I said, why is it 432? Because it's numerology in its frequency. It's the 4 plus the 3 plus the 2 equals a 9, and we know the 9 is the completion. The 9 is the spiritual. The 9 was the top of the triangle. And and you have to know that triangles means because that's why the pyramids are triangles. That's why like we saw the dollar bill everywhere that's really significant, they're going to put those triangles on there because that brings or draws certain energy. And so, like, we want to practice that, just like our house numbers, just like a lot of different things. If we start operating, more off of that, natural science, then, our lives will function a lot better, even in their society. So, basically, I just want to show, like how these things actually, they use this, but they reverse the science. And how it is important, and how we need to start like learning how to understand these things and stop being afraid of them, because they taught us to be afraid of them. But as I showed you on the pyramid, on the on the thing, on the pyramid, let me go back to it, my fault, because I feel like y'all are not gonna know what I'm talking about. As I showed you here, give me one sec, where we at? As I showed you here, they operate off of that. This is astral, means like the stars, the moon, and that's even in the Bible. So they like, this is the stuff that they use to run the world. This is the stuff that they've used to become above us, and this is the stuff that they disconnected us from. And we need to get more in tune with that. And like I said, here you go. That's the top of that pyramid on the money, and that's why it's separated. So you got the spiritual disconnected from the body, and this is sort of what they have done to us. And that's why this part right here, the lower part, is not like functioning like it is because they've disconnected us from our higher spiritual being, and we all have that. And we need to, we basically need to reconnect with that. And there's ways, once you understand like the sciences, like in the music and all of those, the frequency of the music and how the numbers and stuff work, you'll understand how to decode a lot of stuff. You'll understand why they do things on certain dates. Just like election day, you'll understand why election day always comes, like the second week of this or that. You'll understand why they do things and why certain dates fall in place, because numbers all have a meaning. Now they operate off of geometrics. You want to stay away from that because that's that lower science. You want to look at angel numbers and astral numbers and stuff in terms of number meanings, and then you want to start looking up what different shapes mean. And like I said, this time it was just the triangle. And I just want to come on real quick. And triangle basically means the connection of our our mind, our body, and our soul. Our soul, mind, and our body. So that's what that Trinity means. That's what that triangle represents. That's as above, so below. As above, so below. So we are imitations, or we're imitations of what's the spiritual realm. We're imitations of what's above, or higher wisdom, or higher higher dimensions, or higher, our angelic, or our ancestors. We are dimensions. We are a part of them. We are DNA. And also with the 432 hertz music, it's also called the heartbeat. The 432, the 9 operates off of the heartbeat. So, it goes along with our heartbeat. So the 440 works against our heartbeat. And so that's what messes up our health. And so, like, if we were to, like, if we were basically to, listen to 432, our hearts would be in line. We would be more loving individuals, and we would be healthier. Okay. Let me see what y'all saying. You're right. Money is not. In fact, money is just a piece of paper. Demetrius said. Um, Demetrius said, money is not the key to happiness. It is something else. Qi, right. It's actually we're manipulated through that because like money has not always existed. We've bartered and trade. We made our own things and we traded, for that. And money is like another means of control, which money has no value and holds no value at the end of the day. Yolanda said, "You're getting me now. I'm wearing an as above, so below necklace right now." Yeah. As above, so below. We have to reconnect ourselves to our ancestors, and our ancestors are our DNA. The 432 is our is stated as our DNA frequency. It realigns us. It helps heal us mentally. It helps heal us spiritually. It helps heal us in a lot of different ways. Just think back for y'all who came up during the era of Earth, Wind, and Fire, of Al Green and all that music. Because I was a little kid running around, and I can remember that music used to make me even feel happy. So just remember that compared to the music we listen to now. Like when we go in the club, don't because we be ready to fight now with the 440 frequency, and pay attention to that. Because I started noticing that like it used to be like what happened to the slow jams, like and now they only play them when it's time to go home. So, I just, yeah. So, like, and it's to elevate our thought because we like it's to open up our minds. The more open our minds are, the more like we get back to our natural selves. We become creative. We can create our own economics. We can get back to being in control of ourselves. So, like, a lot of the things that I'm bringing on are just little bitty nitbits for people like me who are scholars, who are intellectuals, who like to, dibble and dabble, who want to become better versions of themselves, and who want to see us as a people do better. Yeah, exactly. Yolanda said today is rape murder rap for a real reason, people, right? And then even TV. When we look at Love and Hip Hop and all these different programs, it's programming us. It's lowering our frequency. It keeps us fighting and arguing. That's why fighting and arguing, and different things like that. It has divided our families. Cause just think about when we were listening to 432 hertz music, we were having family reunions. We had soul food on Sundays. The families got together on Sundays and stuff like that, and everybody pitched in together and they ate. Our families were more united. We knew who all of our cousins were. It's down to a fifth, sixth, seventh cousin. And now, some people don't even know their first cousin. And then people don't even see the significance of being close to your family, your DNA, and then healing your family and DNA, because your family is connected to you. Your family is a part of you, and you can't run from that. And some people just think, okay, I'm going to be better than my family. No, not I can't say that you're going to be able to heal everybody in your family, but somebody has to heal these generational curses and things like that, because that's our DNA. We're disrespecting our ancestors, like by not getting along as a family. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, and I know this is like I know there's a lot of the stuff that I bring forward is different, but it's stuff that's important because I see how we're so distracted. We're so distracted from what we need to be looking at. We have a lot of stuff going on and we choose to pay attention to meaningless stuff that's really harming us at the end of the day. So it's just my attempt to try to, bring forth some higher knowledge, bring forth some things, to help us to, become better as a people, to try to heal us as a people. Now, I'm just following following the guidance of my ancestors. Um, I'm following the guidance of my ancestors. So I know it's going to work at the end of the day. It might not be during my lifetime, but, like hopefully, my effort will bring forth some change. But like I said, I didn't want to hold y'all long. I just wanted to come on and just do that basic demonstration. It's called Sacred Geometry. They have a lot of videos on that. You probably want to check out Nikola Tesla and the 369. It breaks it down in detail. I was going to play that video, but I didn't want to do that because it was going to be long, and I didn't want, some people's attention spans. And next time I think I'm going to come on and I'm try to break down the circle and the 360 degrees, which is also going to lead us back to 369 and the 9. So, I'm going to try to break down things a little bit at a time because it can get real heavy, and I try not to get, because it's deep and it gets deeper. Because like sacred geometry gets real deep. So make sure when you start looking at these videos and you get books, try to get basic 101, introductory. Because if you go a little too fast, it's going to be a little too fast. It's going to be too deep. So you got to start off like a little bit at a time, and then you'll start getting it a little bit at a time. And if there's anybody out there that has mastered this and could come on and and teach us some things, a lot quicker than because I dibble and dabble in a lot of things, a lot of different knowledges or alchemy or sciences, and I can't say I'm a master at anything, but I'm learning. But if there's anybody out there that has like greater understanding, by all means, feel free to email me. There's my email, and I'll be glad to bring you on. You could do a demonstration. I would love that, because I too am still studying, and I too am trying to get, deeper into the knowledge, and we can help each other. We can have, we can all help each other. But I like to say it has been great, my family. Y'all don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that and smash that like button. Share and subscribe. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, I have my sinuses and allergies are acting up, but colors mean things too. Like for certain things, like just like for certain things you wear certain colors, and if you want like just look at the meaning of colors, and then that'll help you to determine like sometimes what you should wear and what you shouldn't wear, or like how you want to like maybe what kind of color pictures or what kind of drapes or what color what color what colors to put in certain places to help boost certain things about yourselves, like happiness, like they even say like green helps manifest, like money or something like that. So, look at the colors and different things like that, because colors also produce frequency and energy. But like I said, I love y'all all. And until next time, smash that like and peace.